All right, let's get right into this explainer. If you're a high school biology student, you absolutely know that sinking feeling, right? Staring at a massive stack of notes, completely overwhelmed, just wondering how on earth you're supposed to memorize it all before exam day? Well, consider this explainer your ultimate antidote. Today, we're unboxing the newly updated Complete High School Biology Study Guide, 2nd edition. And we're going to show you why this isn't just another textbook. It's a highly engineered point-scoring system designed to guarantee you maximum marks.
So let's dive into this guided tour of the book's highly structured system. We've got 5 quick things on the agenda today: the Ultimate Biology Guide, the 15-page learning cycle, your custom study plan, decoding exam command words, and finally, perfecting your exam practice.
Starting off with Section 1, the Ultimate Biology Guide. We're going to kick things off by looking at the sheer scale of this newly expanded 2nd edition. 500. That is a massive number, right? That is the exact number of structured questions packed into this guide. Look, this isn't one of those books where you just passively drag a highlighter across the page until your eyes glaze over. No way. These 500 questions are specifically built for the deliberate retrieval of high-yield ideas. It forces you to actively use the information, engaging your brain in the exact type of recall that is absolutely crucial for exam success. And this 2nd edition brings some really massive upgrades to get you exam ready. We're talking 2 brand new chapters, Chemistry of Life and Scientific Inquiry and Lab Skills. Plus, the author bumped it up to 3 focused teaching pages per chapter, added these gorgeous improved visual summaries, and did a complete scientific precision review across the whole publication. Literally everything in here, the terminology, the mark allocations, the graded practice, is totally optimized to help you score points.
Moving right along to Section 2, the 15-page learning cycle. This is where we see the real engine of this guide. It's repeatable, highly predictable chapter structure.
So, every single chapter starts by building your foundation. Step 1 locks in your vocabulary with 8 key terms, and then Step 2 brings in the core concepts with some worked examples. It's actually a brilliant psychological trick. You build up your confidence and unlock the vocabulary you need before it hits you with the heavy, complex biological mechanisms. You're never going to feel lost or out of your depths.
And notice how quickly the guide shifts your brain into high gear by moving seamlessly from Step 5's quick check retrieval right into Step 7's easy recall practice. It literally forces you to stop reading passively. It trains you to output information exactly how you'll need to do it when the clock is ticking in the exam hall. It's all about building that muscle memory.
Now, for the visual learners out there, Step 10 is an absolute lifesaver. The cycle wraps up here with a single master visual summary. Instead of leaving you with a messy jumble of floating facts, it ties everything together into one cohesive picture, like a giant puzzle coming together. So when you're sweating over a tough question on test day, you can just picture this integrated system in your mind to pull out the exact answer. But the absolute crucial anchor of this whole cycle is the review rule. The author is super strict about this. You must commit to answering the questions before checking the key at the back. Why? Well, because producing an answer from scratch is a totally different brain muscle than just recognizing one. You mark yourself against the scientific points, then review it 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month. And get this, if your mini-test score is below a 4 out of 5, built-in accountability. You don't get to move on. You just have to revisit the chapter.
All right, Section 3, your custom study plan. Everyone has a wildly different schedule before test day, so let's look at how this guide adapts to you.
Whether you're the ultimate planner with a luxurious 6 weeks to prepare, or let's be real, you're in a panic-induced 7-day emergency sprint, this book has your back. Plan A is a structured 6-week build, 2 chapters a week, ending with full-time tests. But Plan B? That's a highly focused 7-day rescue mission with a rapid visual skimming and daily mini-tests. Basically, there's a day-by-day battle plan ready to go, totally taking the guesswork out of studying. Shifting gears to Section 4, decoding exam command words. Let's look at the tactical advice up front, because writing a brilliant answer to the wrong instruction is definitely going to cost you serious marks. This guide breaks down those classic exam traps, like the massive difference between describe and explain. If an exam says describe, you just say what happens, like water enters by osmosis. But if it says explain, you absolutely must provide the why or how, like because animal cells have no cell wall to resist the pressure. They need entirely different approaches, and this guide trains you to give the examiners exactly what they want so you never leave easy points on the table.
Take insulin production, for example. If you're asked to explain it, The guide teaches you to break it down into sequential, point-scoring steps. First obtain the sequence, then cut the vector, and finally culture the host. By mapping out the exact structure of an explanation, it ensures absolutely 0 marks slip through the cracks. Honestly, it's basically a cheat code for the examiner's grading rubric. And finally, Section 5, Perfecting Your Exam Practice. Let's explore the reference materials at the back of the book, which are pretty much your ultimate safety net.
There is literally nothing worse than losing points on clumsy wording when you actually understand the concept, right? To stop that from happening, the guide includes a robust master key terms glossary. It spoon-feeds you the exact mark-winning phrasing you need. So if you have to define natural selection, you've got the precise examiner-approved definition ready to go. The process by which individuals with advantageous heritable traits survive and reproduce more, causing those alleles to increase in frequency. And as you track your progress in the back, the book holds you to a relentless standard. Like we said earlier, if your mini-test score ever dips below a 4 out of 5, the system objectively tells you, nope, you aren't ready to move on. You're forced to go back and revisit the core pages. It completely destroys the false confidence you get from passive reading and replaces it with guaranteed mastery.
Now, while this is a complete system for the core of high school biology, it's designed to be totally personalized for you. There's this simple 3-step alignment process. You highlight topics in your specific syllabus, add board-specific terminology in the margins, and practice with your official past papers. This makes the book perfectly adaptable and equally lethal whether you're taking an AP test, an IB exam, or your GCSEs. So with 500 targeted questions, a tactical breakdown of exam commands, and that proven 15-page cycle waiting to completely transform your study habits, the only question left is, which study plan will you choose? Are you taking the 6-week path to total mastery or the 7-day sprint to save your grade? Don't leave your score to chance. Go grab the guide, kick your battle plan, and start securing those marks. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.